I just discovered a company that'll give you up to $250,000 in business funding, even with bad or no personal credit at all. Let's be real. Bad credit is the #1 reason small business owners get denied business funding. But you won't have to worry about that ever again, because in this video, I'm going to show you which company doesn't care about your credit score, what you need to apply, and how you can get your hands on up to $250K in business financing in as little as 24 hours. You should understand that this is much more than just your typical business lender. This is a flex line and business card all in one. And a flex line is like your own personal vault of money that you can reach into and get cash out whenever you need it. The amount of your flex line depends on the performance of your business, and it can continue to grow as your business grows over time. Now, of course, you have to pay this back, but this flex line is paid back from a portion of your future sales instead of straight out of your pocket like normal loans. This makes getting access to this capital way faster than borrowing, and you're more likely to get a yes than more traditional lenders. Now, you may be asking yourself, what company is crazy enough to offer a product like this? In a time where business funding is becoming harder for small business owners to secure, I think this is a game-changing approach that can help give entrepreneurs like you and me the power to continue growing our businesses and change our lives. And the company that is changing the way business credit works is called Revenue. And shout out to them for sponsoring this video. But sponsored or not, think about it. What companies out there are actually willing to give you business credit without checking your personal credit score at all? Realistically, there's not many, but Revenue is different. Instead of using your FICO score, their approval process is tied directly to your business's revenue. They use services like Plaid to check your bank account history to determine if and how much business funding you can be approved for. And upon approval, you can literally get access to these funds in as little as 24 hours. This is the perfect solution for someone who was like myself when I first started my entrepreneurship journey. Honestly, my credit was trash, but I did have good revenue coming in from the cars that I was renting out on the Turo platform. And I talked to so many entrepreneurs in this same position where they're running a business and making money, but they can't get the funding they need to grow their businesses because they have bad personal credit scores. But look no further, Revenue is changing all of that. Now, even though they don't use your FICO score as a requirement, Revenue does have other eligibility factors that they use to approve you for their business funding. Make sure you pay attention to this next part, because this is exactly what you need to secure a bag with Revenue in just a few simple steps. #1, your business does have to be based in the United States. Your business entity also can't be a sole proprietorship. This means entities like LLCs and corporations, amongst others, are good to go. Revenue also doesn't allow businesses who operate in the banking or lending industries. #4, your business has to have been operating for at least 1 year. And it also has to have its own separate business bank account. And lastly, and probably most important, your business does have to have a monthly revenue of at least $20,000. I don't think these requirements are too tough, especially considering the fact that Revenue doesn't check your personal credit score at all. This is an easy opportunity to get up to $250K in funding for your business without some of those difficult requirements that traditional lenders want you to meet. And as I stated earlier, upon approval, you get much more than a business card when it comes to Revenue. Not only do you get access to a physical business card so you can make direct purchases with, but your business also gets access to what they call a flex line. Now, the amount you get is based on the performance of your business, but with this flex line, it allows you to also access your funding in the form of cash draws. Cash draws allow you to request funds from your flex line in the form of cash that can then be deposited directly into your business bank account. Now, that's a game changer in itself, because with this, you can then make investments back into your business that you normally otherwise couldn't if you only had access to a physical business credit card that you can only swipe with. And your flex limits can continue to increase over time as your business grows. So in hindsight, if you use this flex line to responsibly continue to grow your business, you can then get access to more and more capital to repeat the process and secure an even bigger bag. Another dope upside to Revenue is that there are no application or annual fees, nor are there withdrawal fees when you request your funds. And instead of using a traditional APR percentage, Revenue uses what you call a factor rate when you start to repay your loans. This factor rate is of course determined by your business's financial stability, but it usually falls between 1.1 to 1.5. And the factor rate doesn't apply until you actually use the funds, unlike traditional loans when the interest begins as soon as you're approved. Revenue totally gets that most business owners who use their product are probably in the phase of also trying to grow their business credit profile. Not only do they report your payment history to the SBFE to help build that business credit profile, but they also give you free access to your Duns & Bradstreet credit report, so you can see exactly where you stand and what's being reported. That makes this an all-around great way for business owners to get current funding for their business, while also strengthening their business credit profile to be in better position to get funding from more traditional lenders in the future. And if this is sounding like a good play so far, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so we can push it out to more bag chasers just like yourself and continue to run up a bag together. Now, comment below and tell me what's been harder than trying to get to that 700 credit score just to try to get approved by more traditional business lenders. The answer is trying to navigate confusing and misleading business credit applications that come with them. Trust me, I've done enough of them myself, but you won't have to worry about that with Revenue. Their application process is super simple and to the point. They even allow you to access the funds within 24 hours of approval. This means no more waiting at the bank or weeks for the mail just to get the funding you need. To apply for Revenue business credit, there are only 3 simple steps. Number 1, follow the link in the description below to get to the initial application page. Once here, you'll enter basic personal and business information. Then the third and final step is just completing a few tabs within the main application portal. This consists of entering specific business and personal information, which ultimately helps Revenue make the financing decision. Then you just have to e-sign your application, entering your banking information so Revenue can verify your business revenue, and upload any final business documents into the portal. Upon completion, you'll get your approval decision in as little as an hour, and you don't even have to move forward until you see your spending limit and the factor rate you'll get. And once approved, you'll be ready to run up a bag with your business's new flex line. I mean, it doesn't get much easier than this, bag chasers. Just listen to my honest take on why you should or maybe shouldn't apply for business funding with Revenue. Now, if you fall into one of these following categories, Revenue could definitely be a good option for you. If you have poor or no personal credit, if you need quick access to business funding with little documentation needed, or if you still need to build your business credit profile while still getting access to business funding. Now, conversely, these are a few reasons why Revenue might not be for you. If you have a great credit score and you can get approved by more traditional lenders with lower interest rates. If you're not making a required revenue in your business and you won't qualify for Revenue. Or if your revenue is too inconsistent and you don't think you'll be able to pay back the factor rate on your funding adequately. So once you decide what category you fall under, the decision to pull the trigger or not is an easy one. Nonetheless, I still see Revenue as a great option for business owners who are much like myself and just have very low credit scores in the beginning of their journey, but still want access to business funding. So if you're ready to secure business funding with Revenue, make sure you hit the first link in the description below and follow the steps that I outlined in this video to get approved within an hour for up to $250,000 for your business. And if you want to get approved by other more traditional lenders next, make sure you watch this video where I not only show you the benefits, but walk you step by step through an entire application so you know exactly what to do to get approved for even more business credit.